Hi there, my name is Yana. I am a small stationery artist from Malaysia and I would like to welcome you to my new YouTube channel. So, is this like 2026, like the new year, new chapter, so new channel? Yes, and yes. Okay, so story time. So, last whole year, I tried my best to. Previously, I already had a YouTube account and I've been trying to like upload consistently on the channel, and I would say that channel has been around for like since I don't know the early 2010s or something. I don't know, time has escaped me. So whenever that I was like back when I was like 18, 19, currently I'm like this year I'm turning 35, so you guys do the maths. um but I had that channel since I was like, I believe I was 18 or 19 years old, because I used to do YouTube dance covers, and that's where I got like the follower numbers. I think it's about like 1500 followers. And I know there's a lot of people who like along the years they just change their content and people follow and stuff like that, and there's no right or wrong to doing this, to be honest. Like if you want, you can always start a new YouTube channel, and if you don't want to lose the stats that you had previously or the followers not that you have like from previous like years, then you can always stick to your YouTube channel and you can archive stuff, you can and you can create completely new content and stuff like that. But for me personally, I think it was kind of like bugging me like at the back of my mind, because I know they say like when you create content, when you're social media, you shouldn't be looking at the numbers, because that just stresses the of everything. And I agree, it is, and I'm definitely like a victim to it. But because I felt like the follower numbers weren't reflecting on the like the newer contents that I've been posting, and it feels kind of suck, gonna lie. Now, will this channel be great, like do better? I don't know, but I just like the idea of starting from a clean slate so that I can see my progress without like having how to say, without having like disturbance stats from like my older videos, because there are some older videos that I still get views every now and then, and I still do get like comments on it and stuff like that. So although I'm pretty sure there's like ways to like filter off like what are the stats that you're looking for, um but I just feel like that's just too much work for my brain. I feel like I need to slow down on trying to rack my brain to understand all of that. Understand the numbers, understand like how to like filter stuff. That's just too much work. So, all in all, I decided to just, you know what, just new year, new fresh channel. So, here we are. Usually in a New Year's video, probably people will be posting about like their 2026 plans, and I will be posting about my 2026 plans, but that's for the next video. For this video, I actually really want to sit down and share with you guys my 2025 wrap up, I would say. And yeah, without the dilly dallying, let's just get into it. By the way, quick note, I don't usually use like scripts. I don't have scripts, so sometimes there's a lot of yapping, sometimes there's not much yapping. But yeah, I hope you will stick with me till the end of this yap session, at least, at the very least, and then you see how. You see how whether you like this or you don't like this, just let me know whether you like it or you don't like it, and if there's anything to improve too, because I'm like trying my best to kind of do this whole, like, I don't know, themed kind of vibe, so that people get like the gist of what is my stationery art like. So, yeah. Anyways, that's a very, very long intro. Let's start with the first wrap up for 2025. By the way, that sounded like, I don't know, some announcement. Some announcement by a hype kid. I don't know. Let's start off with the achievements and highlights of 2025. So I would say my biggest achievement for 2025 is definitely my children's book project with Tammy. So Tammy has been a blogger friend that I've known since 2013, I believe. I don't know, you guys did the maths again. I think in this whole video is you guys are just gonna help me with the maths, but back when I was 2021, I think that's when I met Tammy, and she has been like, to me, she's been probably to many other bloggers as well. She has been like a mother figure, like a big mama bear kind of figure to us all, that always like shares, how to say it? Like shares her knowledge with us, shares opportunity with us, and I am so happy and grateful that I'm able to work with her on this book. So this is our first book together. Hopefully there's more children's book that we can work on together, but this is my first one. So it's Jelly's Ocean Adventure, and it's basically a story about Jelly, a jellyfish that goes swimming across the ocean to meet her friends from different, is it section, parts of the ocean. And it's a really, really cute story. It's a story that is, I would say, it was highly inspired by Tammy's mom, who runs a crochet shop. I'll leave the Instagram here. And the mom, like, is like super mom because she crochets like really fast, and she makes like really, really cute sea creatures. And it definitely it is what inspired Tammy to come up with this whole children's book idea, because to her, she wanted the whole bonding time with the little ones to be a bit more precious than usual. And when I say a bit more precious than usual, is because it's not only like you read the book together, but these books are like to be paired with the crocheted cuties, like with the crocheted animals from Kadai Mom. And yeah, so it's like it's a very interactive kind of children's book, not only like reading wise, it's basically like role playing with the little one. So that's the whole idea behind this book. I had lots of fun illustrating the pages. Oh, I probably should rewind back and just like put a note here. I am partially colorblind. For the life of me, I don't know how to pronounce this word, but I do have this. So I can't really see certain colors, especially like greens and shade of greens, pastels, even more worse. Um, but yeah, so how we went about it was, I told her that I have this disability, so best is to like guide me in terms of like tones of colors. Like I can give you like how I illustrate everything with the colors and whatnot. But if you don't like a certain color, you can just like let me know. I'll just like color pick stuff and make it work. And so yeah, so it did work after a whole year. There was a lot of ups and downs during the whole process, because when we first kick started the project, this was back in 2024. A month after we kickstarted the project, there was a lot of things that went south real fast. So for me, I lost my mom during that period, and then I believe like few weeks after or a month after, Tammy's dad had been scammed. Yeah, scammed, like scammed, robbed, um, right in front of the bank and stuff like that. So it was a really tough time for the both of us, and we had to kind of like put a hold on the whole project. But then when 2025 came around, we are like, you know what, we can't just sit around and idle around. We need to kick forward this project, and that's what we did. So thankfully everything worked out in the end. And so yeah, so we have this book now. So this is definitely, I would say, like my highlight of 2025, because I would never have imagined myself to be a children's book illustrator, never. But I'm happy that I did this project, and I'm actually really looking forward to work on another children's book project with Tammy. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. So for my second highlight of the year would be, I created my first ever zine. Hold that thought, let me bring the stuff. So this is my first ever zine. It's super, I would say it's a pocket zine, but knew I've never known about what a zine is until I had this project with Farah. So Farah is a friend that I got to know during my first ever booting experience at an event. And to be honest, I have actually bought several of her stuff, because she has this main character called Tofu, and she I don't know, I really like her art style, like the very cutesy cartoony kind of art style. So back then it was like just after like the pandemic and stuff. So during the pandemic, I like kind of went crazy and started like collecting stickers from local artists. But I didn't know like specifically who is who. I just bought stuff because they were cute, they were on my timeline, and then I was like, okay, let me just add this into my collection. So I have like gotten a few things from her before. So when I first saw her in the booth, like she's literally like my neighbor, like that's when I saw her. And then I was like, wait a minute, like all this while I'm like buying stuff, I didn't even like bother to see her brand name like on the boot. And I was like, this looks familiar, like I have these stickers, like who are you? And then I'm like starting to see everywhere, like wait a minute, I followed this person. And then I went to check my Instagram. I was like, yeah, heck yeah, I am following this person. So after that, we kind of like got to know each other, and ever since then there has been several times that I've been able to like boot together with Farah. So last year in 2025, what year no, what month was it again? Wait, hold on, I have notes, you guys, I have notes. So in July, uh her uni, basically Farah is a lecturer at a uni and also a full-time artist as well. And she her uni was conducting an event. So it was called the Zine. Ink Yard Zine, I believe. If I'm saying it wrongly, I'll just leave the Instagram here. But basically, this whole event was to kind of like introduce the idea of a zine and just, like get people to know more about like how to make a zine, what's a zine, like how do you like storytell. So I may describe this wrongly because my knowledge in it is like, I know I made one, but my knowledge in it is so like on the surface. Now what I think of a zine is basically like, instead of a book or a magazine, a zine is something that's like in between. It can be a storytelling book, it can be like a mind map kind of thing, and then mine is like a whole introduction of my characters. So yeah, like I said, I'm not gonna be able to like explain this properly, but in my mind, a zine is basically like a mini version of a magazine. That's what it is in my mind. So do what you will with that information. Go and check it out more. Go and Google more. But there's like a lot of ways to do zine. The way that you just like staple papers together, that also makes a zine. You can make it into like a whole piece. Hold on. Let me try to open this. So you can try to make a zine like from a single sheet of paper. And this is different ways of making zines, to be honest. And I was just surprised that you can do all of that with like a piece of paper. So this is like so cool because it opens up this way like a normal book. Yeah. Like this. And then the other way is the one that I opened up earlier. So this was a really, really cool project. I must say, it's a very simple project, but it was a very, very cool project. And after making this, I'm actually really excited to try to make, I don't know, probably another zine, but more like a coloring book kind of zine. I don't know, there's a few thoughts in this, like either a coloring book kind of zine or a art compilation kind of zine, like my best works turned into a zine. But of course it's not like a pocket zine. I'm probably gonna go like a slightly bigger size than this one. But yeah, after this I feel like I want to create my another zine. So yeah. Like I said, none of this is scripted, so it is what it is, you guys. Oh, also, this is actually like from a series called Heritage, and so far since last year, I've been able to expand it up to Vietnam. I believe I'll leave all the characters here that I have so far, and my whole goal is to kind of like expand it like throughout Southeast Asia. So I have like Thailand, Indonesia, Myanmar, and so on and so forth to go. But yeah, more on that in the next video. Those are in the 2026 planning video. But yeah, so this is definitely my second highlight of 2025. And then my third highlight would be actually running my very first bullet journal workshop. So a quick run back. I started this whole thing about my art stationery when back in 2020, when I got really into bullet journaling. So at that time I was producing, or rather putting out, a lot of bullet journal contents. And I think somewhere along the way there was a lot of compliments and a lot of encouragement to for me to work on art. And because I always incorporate my art into my bullet journaling, but a lot of people was like, I think probably at that point of time they weren't really into bullet journaling, so they were more into like the art itself. So I was highly pushed towards like the art side of things. So bullet journaling kind of took like a back seat. So now if you didn't know what bullet journaling is, just think of it as a planner, a customizable planner, and a whole mumbo jumbo into one, but it's very you. I know that doesn't help with the explanation, but let me try to break it down for you. So basically, bullet journaling is essentially like a planner, but instead of a generic planner that you get from bookstores and stuff like that, this is a planner that you customize according to your own needs, according to your own lifestyle, essentially. So how this works is, if you're the type to like if you're the type that's able to work with like systematic time plannings, you create layouts that work in such way. But if you're the type that you need like a more flexible approach of how you get things done in a day, then you try out a whole other layout to accommodate that kind of like need and lifestyle. So that's essentially what bullet journaling is. So this can be as like as on the surface as possible, like just your to-do list for your dailies, maybe a big like a main goal setter for the month, and that's it. It could be as simple as that, or you can deep dive into like tracking your hobbies, tracking your habits, tracking your mood, like all those nitty gritty stuff. So that's why I say it's a whole mumbo jumbo of everything. So it just depends on how you want to go about it. So circling back to where I was saying, so the highlight of 2025, the third highlight of 2025 for me was being able to actually run a bullet journal workshop. So, like I said, I've always shared bullet journaling on YouTube, but then I kind of made the transition out of it, and then I was focusing more on art stuff. And then just as the year was ending in 2025 in November, I managed to like bring it all back in and run my own workshop. That was definitely like nerve wracking because I usually yap a lot on streams. Oh, by the way, yes, I am a Twitch streamer. I'm gonna put my link down here so that you can find me. Um, but what do you call it? I know I yap a lot on streams, but it's a whole different kind of yapping when you're running a workshop because it has to be a yap that is beneficial for the people who are hearing your yaps. Basically, you have to like guide people and throw in suggestions on the fly of how you could like work something out for for their style of bullet journaling and stuff like that. So that one was quite a challenge, but it was an interesting challenge. I actually learned a lot from that bullet journal workshop. So I'm kind of hoping that because I managed to learn more on like how to run a workshop, what do people expect from a workshop, and because of all of that, I'm kind of hoping that in 2026 I will have the chance to at least run a few more bullet journal workshops, at least. You know, trying to like slip it in there, like the whole art plus functionality to it. Yeah, I'm just trying at this point, you guys. But yeah, so that's the three main highlights of 2025. I would say the other thing that I would love to also like acknowledge is that in 2024, like the end of 2024 in December. I think like 23rd of December or something in 2024, I actually started a whole new Instagram account that goes by the name of absoluteyana.creations. And I'm so happy to say that I've managed to grow the Instagram account like this much. Let me just like show you guys like how it looks like. And currently, as of now, I have 260 followers. I know it's not a big number. To some people, it may not be a big number, but just imagine there's 260 people right now on earth that actually really loves your art and they support you wholeheartedly. Like for me, that's crazy, because last time when I make art, the ones that like my art is like my mom, my dad, my sister, and probably some family members. And probably that's about it. So having like 260 people, like strangers, family, friends, extended friends, all like follow me and actually genuinely like my art, like that's a huge achievement for me. Now, would I like to grow the account more? Of course, definitely. I don't have a number to it, but I just hope that I can grow on the account. And I was actually pretty proud of myself, because even though I wasn't like fully consistent with posting, but I did manage to post all the projects that I worked on last year. So I feel like that's a win. Because I could have literally started the account and only posted like 10 things and then just be done with it. But I wasn't as consistent as I wish I was, but I was consistent enough to see the growth in the account. So I'm pretty happy about that. Now we move on to the section of what our main goals, what is my main goal for 2026. And the first one would be bring back stationery into the whole picture. Like I mentioned before, I kind of like deviated towards art more. So now I want to bring it all back in. I want to make sure that whatever projects that I'm working on this year, it always ties in art with functionality. So basically, I'm trying to incorporate the whole bullet journal system into my art, and vice versa, art into the bullet journal system. Um, but that's definitely one of the main goals for, as far as projects goes. That's one of the main ones. And then, like I said, I'll mention more about the project breakdown in the next vlog, in the next video. So keep an eye out for that one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down on this video while you're here. I like how some people like just says like comment fish in the comment section at like any point of the video. So I'm gonna do the same, but don't comment fish, comment jellyfish, because that's like a big hint of what this year is gonna be about. So jellyfish in the comment section below. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe first. Thank you. And then the second main goal would be actually to place my products in stationery stores and bookstores. So basically, just think of it as consignment. I have 3 bookstores that I'm really looking forward to put my products in. One is Sutaya, and that's in Bukit Jalil Pavilion. And then the other one is Kinokuniya. So Kinokuniya, there's 2 outlets, one in Damansara, I believe, and then the other one is in KLCC. I'm not sure which one, but one of the outlets. And then the third one will be Stickerific. Stickerific is like a very well known stationery shop, especially if you're in. As long as you like stationery, there's no way you will not know about Stickerific here in Malaysia. Not even like in just the state KL, but in Malaysia, like Stickerific is like pretty big. It's like an independent stationery store, but it's very well known amongst the community. So yeah, I would like to get my stuff up there. And then for the third one would be to exhibit my products either at an event or at a uh, bookstore. Because I'm thinking about it this way. So I have applied for an art exhibition that's going to be held somewhere in May, sometime in May. And I've already applied for it, so I'm keeping my fingers crossed that I do get into that illustration fair. But let's say if that doesn't work out, then I'm hoping I get to exhibit my art, my products in Sutaya, because Sutaya, although there's like a consignment side of things, there's also like, I believe, like a monthly pop-up, like a artist or brand pop-up kind of section. So I would like to either like showcase my products at Sataya or at the illustration fair. It really depends, but I would love to exhibit my products, my art, and my products. So yeah, so that's pretty much like the main three things that I would like to look forward to. What else? What else is there to share? I know this is like a pretty long first video, but I hope it shares enough information to know like where I started and where am I going to. Like from 2025 to 2026, like what is happening, what has happened, what is happening, and what will happen. So I hope it's informative in some sort of way. But yeah. Oh, I did a whole like list down of every single thing that I did last year. So let me, I don't know if you guys like numbers, but let me just break it down to you guys. So in 2025 there's like 52 weeks in total, and in that 52 weeks I managed to upload 28 videos on my previous YouTube channel. I know that does not make of anything as of now, but it was to show that I was being somewhat consistent. Like I tried to do weekly posting, but I feel like weekly posting is a bit too much for me. So cue new info. Um, this YouTube channel, I will do my best to post one video every 2 weeks. So I hope that this schedule is much more forgiving, and but it's like full of information, information that would be useful, or at least like some sort of shared process or experience that would be more like quality based instead of quantity based. So yeah, so 28 videos that I've posted across 52 weeks. 13 I've completed 13 projects. I'm gonna try to scooch here because let me just see if I can like share here like some of the projects. So let's rewind back. So 28 videos, 13 projects, managed to work on 4 commissions, and I've attended 8 events throughout the whole 2025. That's a lot. If you think about it, that's actually a lot. Like 52 weeks is not much if you break it down. When you go by days, it feels like there's a lot of days, but when you go by weeks, that's not much weeks, but a lot has been accomplished. So, good job. Good job. Good job to me, good job to you guys too. Because sometimes this is when numbers really help because you feel like, probably I didn't do much this year. But then when you sit down and you start listing down the things that you did do, you'd be surprised by your own efforts. So, I don't know if y'all have like started like counting down your achievements or not for the past year, but I'm pretty sure y'all did superb for whatever level of commitment that you're at. um, but yeah, I think that's about it for this wrap up 2025 video. Yeah, I think that's about it. So do let me know. I would really, really love to know what would you guys like to see from me. Like, I have my whole schedule of postings already listed down because I was really like, I took a whole day to crack my head to think of what is it that I want to like show and share. But that's like on that's the minimum, like that's the minimum that I have to post. So hopefully by breaking down all my contents, I know what I have to do and I know when to do them rather than like just winging it throughout the whole year, which that's what I did last year, which halfway mid-year it like kind of drained me out. So hopefully this year with like all the plannings it works out, and I can I wouldn't say I will, but I can add in more contents along the way according to what you would like to see from me. So do let me know. Honestly, do let me know. But yeah, I think that should be about it for our first video on this channel. I'm really hoping that I get the whole vibes right because today it's so gloomy out here. I was hoping there's gonna be a bright sunny day. But nope, it's a gloomy day. So I gotta figure out how am I gonna edit all of this to make it look um the vibe that I want, like the vibes that I want. But yeah, so yeah, I guess I'll see you in my next video. Hopefully. Once again, don't forget to click the like button, subscribe, and leave your comments down. And yeah, happy 2026, you guys. Happy 2026. May everything go in your favor. And everyone, just remember to stay healthy, okay? Stay healthy throughout the year. Yeah. Alright, I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!